If you guys are not meal prepping for your week, going into your work week as a flat rate technician or really any blue collar worker, it is going to affect your production value. So what I've learned is every Sunday I take a good 45 minutes or so and I just prep all my lunches throughout the week. And I feel like there is a benefit to eating healthier. It makes you feel better. It doesn't give you the brain fog, and in the long run as well, especially as a flat rate tech, it makes it so you take your 1 hour lunch break and you can eat and then get back to work within like 15 minutes. And once you're back to work, you're not getting your brain fog, and you're not getting your brain fog. You feel good. You don't feel bloated. And you realize that as long as you don't have too many carbs in your system right away, you don't get bogged down from too much carbs. Like, how if you eat a big pasta meal, for example, or a big sandwich, you kind of get that exhaustion afterwards. So this will prevent it. So basically what I like to do is every week my lunch includes, it's 5 of the same thing. You guys can do whatever you want, but usually it includes a fast acting carb, so it's easy to digest basically. So my favorite is white rice, just simply because it's easy to cook, especially if you have one of these rice cookers. I mean, this thing, I paid 40 bucks for it, and I've owned it for probably 8 years or so. And then I have one vegetable. So this week is gonna be spinach. Spinach is kind of one of my go-tos just for this reason. The prep on it is like 0. I'm gonna take this entire container, put it right in the freaking rice and all over the floor. It's the weirdest thing ever too. My dogs, you can see them. My dogs actually enjoy spinach. So this is Bean and this is Jedi. They're the helpers, especially in the kitchen. So yeah, we're gonna get some spinach and some rice going. And basically with it being in the rice cooker, it's just gonna wilt the spinach basically. So yeah, so now that we have the rice going, this week, and I also would like to include some kind of meat. I usually like to stay away from fattier meats while I'm like working, just so I don't get that bogged down feeling I was telling you about. So this week we're gonna have turkey, ground turkey. Super easy. If you don't know how to make ground turkey, it's super simple. Basically you just take your turkey, dump it in the pan, season it with whatever you want. You don't even need to season it if you don't want to, and stir it around. That's about it. Damn, there's one. So I work 5 days a week, and 2 times a year I work. 2 times a year I have to work a weekend. That's just how it works with the amount of workers in my shop. So yeah, I basically every Sunday is kind of my routine. I prep 5 days worth of lunch. So you see I got 5 meal prep containers here. Get the turkey going. Beautiful. As you can see, these guys are making sure it's done correctly. Alright, get these sewn. Alright. Now on my turkey, I really like to use parsley flakes. So these guys here, parsley flakes, some garlic powder, and some onion powder. I really like the flavor of it. That's just what I like. It doesn't really matter what you use. It's whatever you like. Yeah, so we got that. Grab our spatula. And I am not a culinary expert. Maybe very obvious, but so basically what I'm saying is if I can do this, you guys can do this, trust me. It doesn't need to be pretty, it doesn't need to be whatever, it just needs to be, it basically is meant for function, right? Like we're trying to produce as many hours as we can so we get paid very well. You know, if you want to get paid that six-figure salary, you want to be able to produce the amount of work and labor that is needed to produce that. And I basically see flat rate tax and basically all blue collar workers that if you're doing it right, you basically should be treating your body like an athlete, you know, like a high performance car, because you want to be able to get as much stuff done as you can. And in order to do that, you want to be able to feel good. So parsley flakes, I really like parsley flakes. Some garlic powder. Some onion powder. Beautiful. And just keep mixing her up. Absolutely mandatory. You gotta get yourself a cup of coffee while you're meal prepping. I don't make the rules, I just enforce it. So get yourself a cup of coffee. Cheers, guys. All right, let's keep prepping. Check turkey's getting cooked here. Usually what I'll do is I'll season it first round, mix it up around a little bit, let it cook, and then I go another round of seasoning. That's just how I do it. And I don't know, I'm kind of weird. I'm one of those guys that doesn't like chewing food. So I prefer ground meat. Don't get me wrong, sometimes I do throw chicken into these preps. But a lot of the time I like to go ground turkey, ground beef, ground chicken, pretty much anything ground, to be honest with you. So I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is basically just find out what works for you, you know. And I'll show you some other tricks in this meal to help digestion and help you get the food down and makes you feel good. It's pretty amazing if you've never eaten this way. It's pretty amazing how after eating a meal like this, in about 20-30 minutes, it feels like you haven't even eaten. You know, you don't have that bloating, you don't have anything like that. You just don't have that hunger anymore. So yeah, if you guys haven't done it yet, I'm excited for you guys because it's gonna make your hours go up, and that's a guarantee because you're gonna feel better. You're gonna be able to work more, right? Because you're gonna be able to not have to drive out, get some fast food, and come back, and that eats away 20, 30, 40 minutes right there. And you know, you're not gonna have that afternoon or afternoon bloat or drag down. So yeah, just give her a try. Bean. Yeah, these guys are sweethearts for sure. Yeah, like I said before, this channel is all about stuff that it's not a flashy channel. I just talk about stuff that I feel like is worth talking about, and I think this is a topic that in our industry it's not talked about enough. You know, I think our industry is overall pretty unhealthy. You know, I mean, a lot of them smoke, a lot of us, you know, and I was definitely in that boat. I can go into that in a, another video if you guys like. But yeah, I mean, alcohol, smoking, eating like crap, I've done it all. So I mean, I think the longer I've done it, the more I realize that this makes a huge difference, because just your body feels better. You're always ready to go. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to help you guys out. I don't know everything, obviously. If you guys have advice for me, I gladly take it. I love advice. I love information. But yeah, this is just one topic that I'm going to talk about, and it's the first of many. So I've got a few topics that I think are very key in this industry. So let's keep this turkey going. Don't tell my wife that I just did that. Those apparently are decorative. So don't tell her about it, okay? Let's keep that between you and me. One other little topic is when you are meal prepping your food, get plastic containers. Because if you grab something like this where it's glass, we work in a very harsh environment. So basically, long story short, is I've had multiple of these that were glass, and they just frickin' end up breaking. And there's nothing worse than dropping your food or whatever, and it shatters on the ground, and then you don't have lunch that day. So yeah, just learn from my mistakes and use plastic. Here is one benefit to using one of these. Is there's these holes on this lid, so I'm going to drain all the turkey juice out of it. Beautiful. All right, so we got the turkeys all done, looking good. Turkey's done. Looks like our rice just finished up, so the steam out of that. Let's give her a nice mix. Get that spinach mixed into the rice. Another thing that I found that goes really good with turkey and rice is broccoli. Steam up some broccoli and then add some like teriyaki sauce to it and some hot sauce. Pretty stinking good. All right, got all the rice and spinach put together. So this is a little extra credit. You definitely do not need to be doing this, but I use a scale just to basically get my meals as close to the same as you can. So usually what I'll do is I'll just go to grams and I'll put in 1 scoop of rice. Rice. Okay, 120. Go to the next one. 130. Okay, 120. And this way it just takes the guesswork out of it. If you don't have a scale, do not worry about it. I did it forever. Just kind of eyeball it. $120. $120. Gotta tear that. 86. Worked out perfect. All right, so we got about 120 grams of rice per meal. So yeah, that is done. Let's get some water on this so it starts eating away at the rice so it's easier to clean. In all reality, guys, when you get a routine down for this whole process takes you 20 minutes. So it's really not a huge deal. Pounds, okay. Let's start with 6 ounces of turkey. 4, 7, 5, 9, 6. Like I said, it does not need to be perfect. There. 2, 3, 4, 1, 5, 5, 5, 9, 6, 2, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 6 ounces on the dot. There. 2, 6, 4, 5, 6, 3. Okay, then it looks like we're a little short on 6 ounces, so probably end up with 8 ounces or so in each one, which is perfect. And then this, I mean, we're not bodybuilders. We don't need to be tracking every ounce. So then when it comes to this, then I'll just kind of take this, and then this is where I eyeball it. It's like, okay, a little there, a little there, a little there, a little there, a little there. And then I literally just kind of keep going until the turkey's gone, or whatever meat I'm using is gone. Beautiful. Awesome. There we go. So there's all the meat. Meat, rice is done. Now, one thing I like to do is grab some chicken stock and pour just a little bit on each meal. You don't need to measure this or anything, just kind of. And basically what it does, it makes the rice really palatable, and it makes just the whole meal a little more moist. And then on top of this, what I like to do is grab some of this. There. So usually I do coconut aminos, but this is what we got right now. We got low sodium soy sauce. So just put a little bit on each one. Come on, baby. Okay. Okay, got your soy sauce on, and grab some Cholula hot sauce, and I'm probably just going to empty out this bottle. All right. Woo, there we go. More to the point where. All right, guys. And that is it. That is kind of my weekly prep. So I do this, and I'll clean up. And yeah, the whole process will take me about 30 minutes when I'm not doing a video, you know, so it really isn't that big of a deal, guys. If you haven't done it before, I would strongly recommend you guys start meal prepping your meals. It makes you feel a heck of a lot better, like I said. You don't have that bloating, you don't have that afternoon crash. You don't have to take an hour-long lunch. You can pretty much just eat something at your box and watch a video or whatever. 15 minutes, you'll eat your meal, you'll get back to work. So you're you're working longer than all the other guys in the shop. You're feeling a lot better. You don't have that crash. It really does help, because every day you're gaining about 45 minutes on everybody else in the shop, and you're gaining productivity because you just feel amazing. So give it a shot. Let me know if you guys like this kind of video. I can start making these every week if you want to see what I meal prep. If you don't like the video, please let me know too, because if you guys don't like it, I won't make them. So thank you guys. I appreciate your help. I'll see you in the next video. We got a good job to show you tomorrow. So have a great day, guys.